Bismillahirrahmanirrahim and Assalamu alaikum. Dear students, our today's lesson is about the role of microbes in human welfare. And this topic is from your chapter number 27, which is Biology and Human Welfare. So in this topic, we will discuss that what is the role of the microbes in human welfare. First of all, we will see that what are the microbes actually. Microbes are diverse protozoa, bacteria, fungi, and the microscopic plant viruses, viroids, and also the prions. You know that the prions are the proteinaceous infectious agents. So the microbes like the bacteria and the fungi can be grown in nutrient media to form the colonies and can be seen in the naked eye. You're watching the petri dishes in which the different colonies of the microbes have been grown by using the culturing media. Some microbes cause diseases and some are useful for human beings. So the microbes are present everywhere. For example, in the thermal vents of the geysers, which has the temperature above 1000 degrees Celsius. Deep in the soil, under the snow, diverse protozoa, bacteria, fungi, viruses, viroids, and the prions. Useful antibiotics they can form. This is the useful aspects of the microbes, that they are involved in the formation of the antibiotics, which are the bacterial killers and used for the bacterial infections. They could be harmful and they cause some diseases as well. So we will see what is the role of the microbes in the household products. This is the first point, which has been describing the role of the microbes in human welfare. So a common example in the production of the curd from the milk, the microorganisms such as the lactobacillus and others commonly called the lactic acid bacteria grow in milk and convert into the curd. So in the figure you are watching the lactobacillus, which is, you can see the rod-shaped bacterium. So during the growth, this lactic acid bacterium produces acids that coagulates and partially digests the milk proteins. It also improves its nutritional quality by increasing the vitamin B12. In our stomach too, this lactic acid bacteria play a very beneficial role in checking the disease-causing microbes. So by eating the curd, it will be helpful for you to reduce the population of those microbes which are actually the disease causing. So this is another beneficial role of the lactobacillus or the lactic acid bacterium. So the dough which is used for making the bread is fermented by the baker's yeast, which is called the Saccharomyces cerevisiae. So here in the figure you are watching the colonies of these Saccharomyces. So this is very useful yeast for in the food industry, which is used for the formation of the bakery products. So the toddy, the traditional drink of some parts of the southern India, is made by fermenting sap from the palms. So microbes are fermented in the bamboo or the using these types of the plants products. Cheese is an item in which yeast has been used for fermenting the milk products. The large holes in the Swiss cheese are due to the production of a large amount of carbon dioxide by bacterium which are named as the Propionibacterium shermani. So here you are watching the Swiss, in the figure 1 you are watching the Swiss cheese which have the large holes. Next are the Roquefort cheese is ripened by growing the specific fungus on them for a particular flavor. So this Roquefort cheese is made from the sheep milk, and this ripening is done in the limestone rock. So this has a strong, you can say, the flavor, and this is the world's best known blue cheese. So this was the role of the microbes in the production of the different type of household products, which are mainly, you have seen, are the food products. Next, we will see what is the role of the microbes in the industrial products. So production on an industrial scale requires the growing the microbes in very large vessel called the fermenters. What are the fermenters? These are the large, you can say, the containers which are you watching in the figure, and they are used for fermenting the large population of the microbes. Here, the small population of the microbes are entered with their nutritional media, which is required for their growth, and plus the raw material is also added, which has to be transformed into the products. So all these things are entered into the fermenters, and then the fermenters are covered, and a very you can say the regulated environment is created inside the fermenter by maintaining the pH and the temperature in the fermenter, so the microbes population can grow without any check. So this is the fermenter which is used for the production of the large scales of the microbes when industrial product is required from them in large scales. So the fermented beverages, the yeast Saccharomyces cerevisiae, used for the bread making and commonly called the brewer's yeast, is used for fermenting the malted cereals and the fruit juices to produce the ethanol. Ethanol which is used in the brewery industry. So the wine and the beer are the produced without distillation, whereas the other types of the brewers like the whiskey, brandy, and rum are produced by the distillation of the fermented broth. So this was the role of the microbes in the industrial level, which are used for the production of the bakery products as well as the brewery products. Next, we will see that what is the role of the microbes in the production of the antibiotics. First, what are the antibiotics? Antibiotics are the chemical substances which are produced by some microbes and can kill or retard the growth of the other disease-causing microbes. But question is that if they have the ability to kill the microbes, why these are produced by the bacterium itself, which is also a microbe? Actually, the bacterium and some types of the funguses produce these chemical substances to check the production of the other population, to kill the, you can say, the competition between the different microbes for the food and for the shelter and for other life resources. So human beings collect these chemicals and can use for the elimination of the infections which are created by these microbes. So penicillin was the first antibiotic to be discovered, and it was a chance discovery. Alexander Fleming, while working on the Staphylococcus bacteria, once observed a mold growing in one of his unwashed culture plates around which the Staphylococci would not grow. So what was the mold? This was the, you can say, a population of the fungus. So this produced the penicillin type of the antibiotic or the chemical substances around which he observed that the Staphylococci would not grow. He found that it was due to the chemical produced by the mold, and he named it as the penicillin after the mold Penicillium notatum, which was the original name or the scientific name of that mold. So the later Ernest Chain and the Howard Florey made its full potential effective antibiotics. Now the figure given on the side is explaining this whole illustration, and you're watching the Penicillium colony and the nearby bacteria, and you can easily watch that the bacterial population is inhibited by the Penicillium colony. Now this figure is explaining you the role of the penicillin. Actually, the penicillin was extensively used in the World War I for the reducing the infections. Microbes also have roles in the production of the different type of chemicals, enzymes, and other bioactive molecules. For example, the Aspergillus niger, which is a type of the fungus, is used in the production of the citric acid, and the Acetobacter aceti, which is a kind of bacterium, is used to produce the acetic acid, while the Clostridium butylicum, which is a kind of bacterium, produce the butyric acid, and the Lactobacillus, which is another type of the bacterium is used to produce the lactic acid, and the Saccharomyces cerevisiae is produce the ethanol. So you can say that the lactobacillus, which is used in the production of the lactic acid, has role in the production of the dairy products, while the Saccharomyces cerevisiae has a role in the production of the brewery products. Now, the citric acid, acetic acid, and the butyric acid are also extensively used in the food industry for the production of the different type of flavors. So these are of some of the roles of the microbes in our life. Some other roles we will discuss in our next lesson. So until then, Allah Hafiz.